Let me tell you, we're on. We're set to go. Doc Stanley working on boxing champions outside the ring. One of our favorite people, Mr. Bates, way back. Mr. Zimmer, I'm gonna talk about, back in the day in Puerto Rico, Clemente, you and Willie Mays, that was a hell of a baseball team y'all had. Some people say the baddest minor league team ever.
I will say this: we had the best winter league team that I ever saw, and I thought at that time we could beat some major league teams.
Now, who else was on that team?
George Crow, Swish Thurman. That's what they called him, the big left-handed hitter that played for Cincinnati. We had a pitching staff: Ruben Gomez,
pitcher of the Giants.
Pete Burnside. We just had a heck of a.
Yeah. There's no question you could have beat a lot of major. Mr. Zimmer, you played in New York. There's nothing like New York City, is it?
No. That's what they call the Big Apple.
The game has changed so much now. Free agency, though, has kind of made, in the old days, the American League was different than the League, but with free agency, it's kind of the same in a lot of ways now.
Well, I think there's a few things that has changed. The American League, one league has the DH, the other team doesn't. I could never understand. It's the major leagues. Why don't both leagues have the same thing, one way or another? I'm not saying that I prefer one way or another, but why it was not one way or another? I could never believe that would happen, but it's here.
I mean, you look at the DH. A lot of the guys, because Pedro was one of the first big ones, but had that been implemented a long time ago, guys like Mays, Aaron Costello, Mr. Zimmer, the game has really changed so much from the pitching standpoint of view. I mean, guys don't go complete games anymore. There's a pitch count. There's a big difference from back in the old Dodgers.
Yeah, pitch counts. Usually, they're right around 100 pitch counts. They're out of the ball game. That's somebody's theory you come up with, and that's the way it is. When you look at I look at box scores every morning the next day, and you see pitchers throwing 92 pitches, 101 pitches, 100 pitches, 102 pitches, and they're gone. And therefore, if you throw only 5 innings and 100 pitches, you got to go to your relief pitching, and sometimes you wear them out too.
It's safe to say probably now we're probably not ever going to see another 300-game winner.
Oh, I would say you won't, because of we've had so many guys already this year that pitched 1-1 in the 6th inning and they're out of the game, where they never got a decision, and I don't think you'll ever see a 300-game winner.
Some names I'm going to say, just give me a reaction. Willie Mays.
Willie Mays is the greatest player I ever saw. People ask me that all the time, who's the greatest player I ever saw play? And I say Willie Mays, with one exception. If Mantle would have had 2 good legs, I might have said maybe it's a toss-up. But Mantle didn't have 2 good legs, and I say Willie Mays is the best player I ever saw. And people say, well, who's the best pitcher you ever saw? And I said, for 5 years, Koufax was the best. But you could ask 10 different guys, they might come up with 10 different answers.
Yeah, well, those are two pretty good answers. And those 2 guys, the thing about Willie Mays, he's the only home run hitter to ever lead the league in stolen bases, too.
Willie Mays could have been an all-star third baseman, shortstop, center field like he was, second base. He could have been an all-star any place he played. I see him come in and play shortstop, and you watch him play shortstop and catch ground balls. You thought he was a shortstop at the time. He's just a great athlete. He was a great player.
Last name, Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson. I had the privilege of playing 3 or 4 or 5 years with Jackie. He was a great player. What this man had to go through sometimes. By the time I got there, things had slacked off a little bit, but it was still bad. and I could never understand it, but that's the way life was. But he was tough enough to go through it, and Branch Rickey probably was the smartest man in the world to pick one black man out of the world to play Major League Baseball at the time, and he chose Jackie Robinson, and he had to be right because Jackie was the man.
Is there a favorite number that you have that you would like to wear, that you wore in particular?
Well, with the Dodgers, I wore 23. All the championships and so forth that we won with the Dodgers. My wife has 23 on all of her necklaces and bracelets and so forth. So that's kind of the number that sticks out.
Mr. Zimmer, it's always been a pleasure over the years sitting here talking with you. Good to see you again. God bless you. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you.
Okay.